she did not. No, 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 no. I stammered to myself, flipping my visor down, checking in the mirror to confirm what I thought to be true. I'm going to pause that story right there and set up the backstory. So for the last couple of years, I have been a nanny to 2 kids, and it's taught me so many different things. And a lot of times in life, adults think when they're working with kids, you're the only one teaching the kids. And I found that to be the opposite. You know, I learned so much from these 2 little kids. The 3 most important things being I've learned to listen to things other than words, to become a better listener in that aspect. I've learned to choose my battles, and I've learned to laugh at myself and not take things so seriously. So the 2 kids that I've worked with are Jude and Isabel. Isabel is now 10, going on 16, and Jude is 8. Now a little challenge with Jude is he has autism, and this was my first experience working in childcare in that type of situation, and that led me to my first lesson. He's the one that taught me to become a better listener with things other than words. When I first started working with him, he was nonverbal, so he communicated in different ways. And a lot of times I don't like to use the phrase special needs, I like to use different needs, because he had different needs than his sister and me. And a lot of times when you're working with people who you can't directly communicate with, it can be intimidating, and you often want to assume what they need or want, or you'll just make the choice for him. And I had to quickly learn that about myself and take the time to step back and really figure out how he was communicating to me. And once I did that, by watching his nonverbal cues, I'd ask him to show me things. You know, I was able to really allow myself to get to know him and him to get to know me, and it became less intimidating, and we created this great relationship. And another part of doing that was learning a style of communication to not be so confrontational or to be confrontational, and that was choosing my battles. So as an only child, I had a hard time kind of speaking up for myself. I was often the odd man out. And so when you're working with kids, it's kind of your responsibility to ensure that they're protected and they're, you know, safekeeping. And I would go out and take the kids someplace, and a lot of times kids would laugh or point at certain behaviors that he had, and sometimes even adults would be rude or disrespectful. So it challenged me to step up and speak up for him on his behalf. Or his sister would come running to me and say, I'm going to go punch that kid over there. And I'm like, no, 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 wait, we can't go crusading through Sky Zone or the water park, you know, and punch every kid that is mean to our brother. So I had to learn from them and teach them, too, when to speak up and when, you know, you just kind of have to know that someone is in the wrong. The next thing is, I swear it's kids' full-time job to challenge everything that the person who's taking care of them has to say. And with them, it was like a delicate balance in the equilibrium of peace. If one had something, the other had to have something of greater value. If one was upset, the other would get upset. If one had lice, the other had lice. True story. You know, so when I first started, I thought I had to assert my power immediately, and I felt like I was a shark I was in shark's water, and my blood, you know, was going crazy. But I learned that it didn't have to be that way, and not everything was a war crime. And, you know, as long as they were happy and not killing anybody and breathing, my job was basically done. So it, you know, challenged me to kind of interact with them and work with them, and that aspect allowed us to create a really great relationship. So going back to my story, the setup of that was, you know, just being a kid and playing around with them and being able to laugh. I let Isabel give me a makeover, and I forgot and wasn't paying attention, and she had bright orange eyeshadow and black eyeliner smeared across my face, bright pink blush, and red lipstick. And I kind of forgot about it. She's like, leave it on until my parents come home. And I was like, okay, haha. We played around. Her dad came home. I was late. I was rushing out the door. He was like, don't forget your face. And I was like, yeah, okay. Got in rush hour traffic, was hungry, super frustrated, forgot about my face, walked into the restaurant, noticed a couple stares, but I was like, oh, I thought I was wearing a cute outfit, something, smiled at the guy, full smile, got my food, got back in the car, and I don't know if it was the slam of the car door or what, but that's what led me to, oh, she did not, and I lost it. I pulled down the window, looked at my face, couldn't believe it, like, do I go back in there, do I try to explain myself, what do I do? And in that moment, like, of being so frustrated and angry with traffic, I just burst out into laughter. Like, it totally took everything away and all my frustrations away. And so it's times like that where I think about being with the kids that really kind of ground me and bring me back to earth. And that's why I'm so appreciative of being with them, as they really have taught me so much, to become a better listener of more than just words, to laugh at myself and to really choose my battles.